Hello, and welcome back to the Mary Tyler Moore East, where we are starting off way down here, close to the ground. As we pull up, we're going to find out where we are. Somewhere. It appears to be an intersection. But which one? In what town? A very Charles and Ray Eames opening as we discover we are in Pistoria. And today we're going to be rocketing on over to Mount Maude, where we're going to be improving the mining industry, making it environmentally accountable in theoretical aspect, and to carry a much greater capacity so that we can meet the demand for our stores here in downtown Pistoria that don't have enough consumer goods, and the factories don't have enough goods to produce consumer goods. It all leads back to Mount Maude, and that's where we're going to be headed just as soon as we come down from the clouds and spin right back around the downtown core. Oh, looks like our parachute just deployed for a beautiful view of the skyline. Thank you for joining me again here in the Tyler Moore East. We're going to build out 3 new mining operations into the side of Mount Maude over here. We had the county capital named after a very polarized political figure in American history. I figured, why not name the mining operation after another American political woman? Maude Findlay, everyone's favorite Maude. Why not? But here in the center of this valley, we are leaving space for a spring, a naturally occurring spring that's come up through our mining exploratory processes, and this spring is going to be protected. It is a naturally clear running spring, and every day we have environmental scientists go out to test the water for its cleanliness levels, for levels of heavy metals and other pollutants that are found in most mining areas. Most mining areas have tailing ponds and runoff ponds full of toxic goop that really just destroys the planet. But on Mount Maude, we have a pristine spring water pool that we protect with all our might. Also a great bus line that runs through here that takes people from Maudeville down at the Mount Maude train station up along to all of these places of employment. And because the buses become so busy, and we're expecting an influx of new passengers, I'm widening the street here to have an extra lane in each direction so the buses don't get caught up in traffic. Workers can get to their mining sites and production facilities without worrying about that truck that's having a difficult time backing out of the loading dock and might be plugging up a lane of traffic. Just doing a bit of detailing here to make it look like these mine shafts are a little bit more natural. Really great landscaping tools with this game. You can just play around with that alone. That's like giving a cat a box to me is giving me a landscape editor. So I try not to play around for too long because you cannot focus for too long and obsess on one little detail. You have to move along. I'm removing some of the trees to be a bit more realistic because trees don't really grow on rocky ledges all that frequently. So also mountaintops are usually lacking in large quantities of trees. So bringing a bit more realism into it that way. Extending the bus out here, passengers will board and deboard right beside our beloved spring, so they can keep an eye on it as well. It's not a secret that we're hiding. Very open and accountable on our pollution levels. A few little cut-through paths so workers can still have a pleasant walking commute from the bus stop to the mining site. And in a moment, we're going to end up down in Maudeville, ready for some worker housing expansion. Putting in bus shelters along here for added comfort while you're waiting for the bus, which runs frequently, but it is cold up here in the winter. And I want the workers to be comfortable.
Hello! It's Louise Hors d'oeuvre here from your favorite Yasmoot TV cooking program, Yes Chef! Encouraging you to visit the Faruqi Cookery Department today, located on the second floor. Oh, but they have a lovely assortment of kitchen goods and gadgets for every budget, from sustainably forested European beach utensils to the latest in lightweight non-stick pots and pans, along with your future favorite cast iron cookware and unbreakable dishes for the patio, the kids, or the clumsy. They even have parchment paper for lining your new baking sheets. So hurry over to the Faruqi Cookery Department today and get your kitchen game on!
You'll find it at Faruqi.
All right, and we're just going to speedily move along here. You've got a lot of passengers coming out from the train station down to the workers' houses, but we're going to need something a bit more dense, both because we need a lot more employees to live closer to the work site, and also to help block off some of the sound of the highway from these lower single-family unit style developed townhomes here. So we'll build it up to keep the sound out. Good combination of architecture and passive sound barriers. Smoothing things out and fixing it so it slopes in an interesting way, but not so much that you end up tobogganing down the hill accidentally if you take a slip. Not that we have ice on our heated sidewalks, but if you slip on a banana peel, perchance, then you don't want to slide down the hill right down to the highway. And some indoor activity facilities as well, because, up here in a worker's neighborhood, up by the mines, you're a couple train rides away from downtown Pistoria. We need somewhere for them to go, sort of a YMCA, where they can at least play some sports, get together as a community, but indoors where it's sheltered. Up here on the mountain, even in the springtime, can still be cold and blizzard-like. Gonna finish off a few more workers' blocks and fix the intersections so that looks a little bit better. Just me being meticulous. Making sure no trees are covering the tracks, which often happens. And I really struggled with myself here if I should leave the earth alongside the train tracks raised, or if I should lower it and put in a wall. Lowering it and putting in a wall would let the road be flatter and the apartment buildings sit more level. But then there isn't the natural sound barrier from the train tracks, and I figured the natural sound barrier is probably worth more to the residents here than it would be for having a flat roof line with your neighbor's building and a crumbling concrete wall that costs a fortune to maintain. Soaring in from across the map, we're going to take a nice little city tour of Mount Maude. Here you see the original part of Maudeville, where we developed it in a quick way for a lot of workers' housing nearby. It just wasn't sufficient enough for the size that Mount Maude mining expedition would become. And it's really grown. And that is proven by the amount of foot traffic going through this community, coming through heading from home to work up at the mines, or from home down to the city to go pick up some supplies, or to go out for a night on the town or a movie. Quite some passengers here on a rather crowded train platform. I decided to use an Austrian train station. I figured they're mountainous people. This would probably fit pretty well into a mountain town. And that little train took all the passengers, nobody left behind on the platform, nobody waiting behind in the cold. When a transit system is run with unlimited money, you always get excellent service. Great overview of some of the processing plants and divisions of the mining company along this snaking, winding mountain road. Even though it's an industrial area, the snow and the pine trees still kind of makes it look like a beautiful place. For a mine, anyway. Okay, it might not be a group of 7 painting, but it's not too hard on the eyes, I gotta say. Surprisingly light traffic on this highway as well for such a big mining operation. And clear views right out over the bay. Beautiful. I think the Griswolds found their Christmas tree in that forest over there. And we loop around to the sacred spring to see how it's settling in. And everything's looking pretty good over here. Lots of busy workers. Lots of clean water. And lots of nice spaces to eat your lunch out in the open when you work out here. The people who work in the mines have to like the outdoors. It's a bit of a requirement of the job. Maudeville looks so tiny and modest compared to the giant mountain. Thank you so much for joining me here again today. It is always my pleasure that you join me in our exploration of this vast region of the Tyler Moor and the Tyler Moor East. There's a map of the whole United Region coming up soon, as well as official flags coming up. More on that in an upcoming episode. Until then, I hope you continue your city explorations, your city building, and your wonderful city videos that a lot of you make that can honestly be so captivating I don't have time to make my own. So thank you for your content that you create too. And thank you for joining me again. I hope to see you soon. I hope you take care. And I hope you stay warm. Won't be much longer till the next episode. Here in the merry Tyler Moor East. Bye-bye.